Que pasa, YouTube? So, I did one of these yesterday, and I thought, might as well. I don't have anything else to do just another one of these. So, the movie I watched yesterday is called Couples Retreat. And it was a solid movie, you know, but you gotta watch the rest to find out what I have to say. Ha ha ha. So, like I said, it starts out okay, and it's kind of funny, you know, like it's like a ha ha ha, like a chuckle kind of funny, you know. Vince Vaughn is really good at always he's like a machine gun. He'll say like tons of jokes, and he's really flat, but like most of them will hit home, and they're pretty funny. So the story of this movie is Vince Vaughn and his wife are relatively happy, I would say, and I don't know if I said this, but I'll say no. I watched Couples Retreat. Yeah. So yeah, Vince Vaughn is with his wife, and they're kind of happy, and they have a bunch of friends who are in their couples, and they're all having their problems. And the guy from Arrested Development, I can't recall what his name is, but he's really depressed, and he's like kind of a control freak, and he makes this PowerPoint to show them this type of resort that they could go to for couples for counseling. But they trick them into thinking that they'll just go there and have a great time. But that's not quite what happens. So once they get this on the road and they show the couples getting together and they show them this PowerPoint, and everyone's like, I don't know if we can do this, and it just seems like they're actually not going to go. And then eventually they find out that the kids made arrangements for their grandpa to come, and the kids will be watched by their grandfather, and they're all off, basically. So from the trailer, you know, you can see they're going to go on their boats and to this little place called Eden. And they go to this island called Eden West. And this is for the couples. But it's right next door to another resort called Eden East, which gets the attention of Jon Favreau, who is the director of Iron Man. It's kind of strange he's in this movie, because him and his wife, they kind of just don't get along. So they want to go there, but they're stuck on Eden West. So as the plot moves on, it kept my interest, and I was chuckling every once in a while. It wasn't laugh out loud funny like, say, The Hangover or like a Hot Tub Time Machine type movie, but I enjoyed it a little bit. And I gotta say, Mr. Chow, Leslie Chow from The Hangover is in it, and he has a pretty good cameo as a therapist. But the movie, it's 2 hours long. Let me repeat that. 2 hours long. It's really long. And about after the first hour into the movie, it kind of like it. I paused it for a second because I had to go do something. I was like, this is really keeping my interest. I'm enjoying this. And after I just started watching it back up, that's just when it just goes way, way down. The whole time they talk about how Vince Vaughn needed a break because he's a big video game developer, and what's hot right now? Guitar Hero, and that's what he develops. And not to spoil anything, but they go somewhere with that, and Vince Vaughn's very good at Guitar Hero, and yeah, it's really, really dumb. It just gets to a point where you're watching two people play Guitar Hero, and they way, way overdo it. It's like one of those videos on YouTube you see of someone getting a high score on Guitar Hero, and they're just going nuts, and they have it set up like they're the actual guitars, and there's scores in the bottom of the screen cropped out, and it's just way too much effort into a dumb scene that didn't even need to be in the movie. But as it continues, this time I got some notes so I don't trail off as much, at least. Right after that part, it kind of brings the movie to like a stop of its flow. Like it's kind of flowing along and moving, and then it just stops, and it gets even dumber, and it just brings in characters that like they spoke about briefly, like the ex-wife of the black guy knew he was going to be there because she spoke with the girls at the salon. Okay. I mean, there's just some dumb shit in there. But, I mean, if you can get around it, I mean, I've seen way dumber things and enjoyed way dumber things. But it just, without Vince Vaughn, this movie would have been a failure. And the person who plays his wife, Aylin Ackerman, I don't know what her name is. I fucking hate her. I hate her with a passion. If you don't know who I'm talking about, if you've seen Watchmen, she was the chick who was the dumb one, the Spectre, who hooks up with what's his name, Night Owl, and yeah, that chick. She's really, really bad, but she's all right in this movie, I guess. But I hate her. But the rest of the cast works pretty well together, and I gotta say, Vince Vaughn, without him, yeah, just wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't even worked as a movie in general. But the funniest character in this movie by far, it's kind of sad, it's Vince Vaughn's little son. He steals the show. They ruin it in the trailer, it's kind of sad, but they go back to it and it gets kind of dumb at the end with the grandpa, where he pees in the toilet at the hardware store. That made me laugh, the back and forth that he has with Vince Vaughn at one point, just that there's nothing to say about what happened, and there really isn't. So yeah, overall, it's definitely better than the last movie I reviewed, by far, but it's definitely not something that's worth, like, rushing out to rent. But if you, like, are bored and it comes on TV, it's definitely worth watching. Like, this is something to mark down. If you see it on TV or Netflix, watch this shit. It'll entertain you. Guarantee it. So, that's all I gotta say about that. And, in the little comment section down there, why don't you tell me some shit to review, and, I'll look into it, whether it be, like, I don't know, movies or TV shows or games or anything like that. I have a pretty wide variety of things that I can review. So, keep the comments coming, and, see you later.